Hey everyone, this is Bev from Art by Bedell. I'm here to share with you today my project for Junk Journal January Day 15 barcode. So to start with, if you want to know how I got the shimmer on this page, then go back through my playlist and find the prompt shimmer, and that will show you this. Then the next thing I'd like to do is take this stencil, and if you remember on day, let's see, I'm not sure what day it was. It was the day that we had Intricate, day 10. How we used the stencil and put some fine lines on our paper, and we used it as a reverse stencil. I want to do that again today. So with this stencil, and let me get a cleaner piece of paper so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. Here we go. If we take our ink, and the dots are what I want to use, and our applicator brush, and go like this, we get circles like this. Now, if I take that and spritz it with water, and put it over our page, then you're going to get the negative. See what I mean? There we go. So what I want is the negative. I just made some collage fodder there. So I'm going to take my stencil, and as I'm applying the ink to this, I'm going to use a piece of paper so I have that for a future collage fodder. So I'll take my applicator and my scrap piece of paper, and I'll put some ink on it. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to spritz this, and I'm going to apply it to my page in my journal. And that's what I'm going to get in my journal. Okay, so I'm going to do this several times on the journal pages, both of them. All right, with that now I have a background on my pages. It didn't work so well on the glossy paper, so I went ahead and did the normal with just rubbing the ink on. So there we have that. We're going to go ahead and finish this page first because it's the easiest. And what I have is my gratitude and my thought for the day prompts that I want to put over here. So I have already taken everything and pre-inked it. And I'm going to mention that the pages that I'm using, the papers that I'm using today, this is from Hobby Lobby. It's called Cherry Blossom Paper Pad by Prima Marketing. And then this one is, I don't know, because I don't have the cover to it. But it's vintage, it's all these neutral colors of paper. Probably another Hobby Lobby find. And then the bird that I'm using today is from this 1982 50 State Birds and Flower Mint set. It's from the United Postal Service, and it has some beautiful images in it. Now, I got this from an estate sale. I would love to get a hold of more of these books. So there we go. We could use the stamps, or we could use the cutouts. And it's like a cardstock, a lightweight cardstock. So we have that out of the way. Let's put this together. From that paper, from the pink pad set, here's a piece that I've cut some out of. I have cut 2 strips to go behind my 2 prompts, and I have cut 2 of the butterflies. And I'm going to glue these all together. Did I also say that I have pre-inked everything? There we go. I have my prompts now on my piece of background paper for them. On the thought for the day, I want to take a brad, and the brad that I'm using okay, it has this little thing on the side that I can thread something and dangle something through it. So I'm going to poke a hole, and I think I'll use my chomper. Prongs on these brads are rather wide, so if I use the 1/8 inch hole punch that I have on this, punch a hole right there, put my brad through. It covers up my T, so it says hot for the day. It'll be okay because it's my journal and I know what I'm talking about. There, now squish that down nice and good so it lays as flat as possible. And I'm going to hang a little tiny paper clip that I put a little bead on. Let's see. There we go. And I'm going to hang that off the side of it. But before I put it on, I want to take a piece of brown embroidery floss. Here we go. And put that through my little loopy thing on my brad. I folded it in half, put a loop through, and then I'm going to take the tails back through so that it secures it onto my brad. So I have that little bit of thread hanging there. And then I'm going to take my safety pin with my little bead that I have and clip that on. And I have a nice little delicate dangle. And I'll put that right on the edge of the page so that it kind of hangs over the page. And I'm going to put that right up here. And then over on the gratitude one, I will just glue that one down. And then I have my 2 little butterflies that I cut out. And I'm going to add those to my page. Oh, I'm going to put some thread underneath them. They're so little, I had to cut off their little feelers. Oh my gosh, it was like amputation, cruelty to animals. It wasn't a very nice thing to do. So I'm going to give them the look of feelers with my piece of thread that I have. So I'll set my butterfly on my thread and then pick it up and put some glue where the thread is. And then put that down in place where I want it. It's just right there. And I'll do the same thing for my other butterfly. Where did it go? There. And that's all I want to put on that page because that's the page that I'm going to be doing my journaling on. We have our little dangle on the side. Now over on this page, I have some pieces of the paper that I was talking about. And I want to put this one up here in this corner. And I'm gluing that one all the way down. Then the next one I want to put down here and I want to make a pocket out of it. So I'll just do the left-hand side and the bottom. Actually, I think it's called a tuck spot. There we go. Now our prompt is barcode, and I have this that I cut off a book that I had, and I'm going to glue that right here, being careful not to close in this spot here. So, and across the bottom of this page, I have another piece of the pink paper I want to add. Now from the bird book, from the post office 50 state bird book, I have fussy cut this image of a little sparrow and some clover and some violets. Nice and springy. And I will glue that down. All right, I have my bird down and I'm just going to add just a couple more pieces. A piece of collage element here and then a little piece of lace. I have a word. It's by My Porch Prince and it says love is kind. And then I have another one of the brads that I am going to put up in the top corner of this page. And I want to make a page tab for that. So for making a page tab, I'm going to use some scraps of my paper here. Make it about so big. And we'll put a piece of this other paper on it too. There we go. And I'll just staple that onto the edge of my paper. Actually, I will not. Let me see. Think about this. Let's see. I'm going to put my brad right there on the edge. So I'm going to poke a hole there, right next to the fold. And then the back of my brad will not show through. Well, yeah, I think it still will. So if I fold that back over like that, there we go. And then we can have that on the edge like that. Then I'll staple that on there. There we go. So that is our project for today. We have our barcode, and that was our prompt. And we have it all ready to do some journaling here. And we have this cute little dainty dangle with just some thread, a little pin, and one little bead. Okay, I wanted to make the note that I don't have my numbers yet. They're supposed to be arrive today. And when they arrive, then I'll go through where I haven't put any numbers the last few days as far as the date. And we'll get those numbers put on here. So I hope you have enjoyed this project. And we shall see you again tomorrow on the next day of Journal January. Have a great day, guys. Bye.